far as getting started, some things to just make you guys aware of, it's really like in the bread space, traveling back, 20 years in the FedEx space. And so it's a lot of the things that we saw in the early days with route consulting as well, in terms of getting started. If you're looking at acquiring a bread business, right, the documentation and the business savvy in terms of setting up, efficient tracking systems and things like that is not super typical or commonplace in the bread space. So you are going to have challenges with getting, certainly 3 years of CPA audited financials is not a high probability in the bread space, but there are ways to really verify the revenue that's coming in the bread space, which again, just like the FedEx space, that's one of the big, pros, is that it makes it very easy to verify to the dollar that revenue piece, with the exception of some of the cash stops, but that's going to be counted on top, over and above extra revenue when you're vetting that. And again, that's, stuff that our team can help with. Another thing to keep in mind is that this space is still, further back in terms of scaling. And so as you guys are looking at getting into this space, I think that's what creates a lot of the opportunity in the bread space, is that most operators are running them as single truck operations, which means, you're not going to come in and find a lot of 10 or 15 truck bread route operations, but it doesn't mean it can't be done. It doesn't mean that there aren't some of those. It's just a scaling process that we're going to see happen, I suspect, over the next, several years in this space, as it transitions to more of a FedEx model, as more savvy investors come in and create that infrastructure in these businesses. And again, companies like Chris's family have been doing that, and have already been kind of breaking the model there, and have seen great success with it. And so again, that's something we're excited about. But the pros there in terms of getting started in the space is that it's much easier to get through the application process. So way less requirements in terms of what it takes to be approved in that space versus the FedEx space. So it's just a much less grueling onboarding experience. And also you're going to get a lot of training and education direct from the bread companies, so that you know how to succeed and you know how to win in that space. So definitely something that we're excited to also partner with you guys and help bring you through that process if you are interested in the bread space.